Welcome back. In this video, we're going to be reading and discussing some AITAs. We've got Reddit pulled up. Let's just jump right into it. AITA for refusing to apologize to my friend's boyfriend. So this is stupid. I feel like I'm in high school again. I, 34 female, have a friend named Summer, also 34 female, who is a free spirit. In high school, she got sent home multiple times for going to class barefoot. She dropped out of college and hitchhiked to Mexico one summer. Didn't tell anybody where she was going. She forgets to pay her phone bill, so she's occasionally unreachable. I know that sounds like a lot, and it'll sound like even more by the end of this, but we've been friends since we were 10. I don't care that she's a mess. I love her. We're in this for the long haul. Summer's boyfriend, Will, is the opposite of her, and I'd hoped he'd mellow her out. You know how Summer forgets to pay her phone bill? Well, apparently she did it again. I found out when Will called me Friday morning while I was at work. He said he was having trouble locating Summer. I said, yep, that's Summer for you. If I get a hold of her, I'll, please tell her to call me. Best of luck. Then I hung up, thinking nothing of it. Will rang me again and demanded to know where Summer is. I truthfully said that I have no idea, but I'll call her parents for him and see if they know. I went to do exactly that, but Will called me again before I could. I answered, and it was the same question, but angrier. Where the fuck is my girlfriend? I'll spare you the suspense. This went on for quite some time. Absolutely no clue why Will was convinced I know where Summer is, but I told him exactly where I saw her last, and that she disappears like this routinely, which he well knows. They've been together for a year. I used the plainest language possible, but Will just wouldn't relent. He called me about 50 times. I put it on silent at first, but by the 51st time, I had enough. I answered and I said, bro, stop blowing on my phone. I don't know where Summer is, and I'll block you if I have to. You're going to get me fired. Then I turned my phone off. Today, Summer called me. I was expecting some form of explanation, but she opened with, I'm handing the phone to Will. He wants an apology. I stopped her and said, apology for what? She said, for saying that he blew up your phone, to which I replied, he did blow up my phone. And while I was at work, too. Maybe I shouldn't have threatened to block him, but he didn't get the point the first 50 times. I said it calmly. Summer said, just apologize because he's really pissed, and here's where I'm probably TA. No, absolutely not. I'm not apologizing because her boyfriend, who is basically the human equivalent of a dry ham sandwich, is on some ego trip. I said that, but nicer. She hung up on me. Now I'm thinking I should have sucked it up rather than jeopardize 2 decades of friendship. AITA. I'm gonna go with the firm no, girl. NTA. You're not jeopardizing 2 decades of friendship. She is. And over some ham sandwich at that. Dry ham sandwich at that. I love the way you put that. She's jeopardizing it. That's crazy. If you two, meaning you and the boyfriend, having a spat, don't as like that third party get in the middle of it. Although I'll admit he probably put her in the middle. He probably told her demanding, that she demand an apology and all that. But it's like, I would just say like, don't put me in this, Yeah, I'm going with a firm NTA. That one's not even like hard for me to decide on. 50 times? You don't call someone 50 times. That's out of control. to apologize for blowing up your phone. You did, sir. 50 times is unreasonable. Like, that's the crazy girl stereotype. Like, calling 50 times, crazy. Let's scroll down and see if the comments agree. NTA, you have nothing to apologize for, but he does. And why on earth was he convinced you would know where she was? Like, that's what everyone's wondering. Is like, why? What on earth was even this? Did either of them ever tell you what was so urgently aggressive about finding her? Does she even know, he was concerned to that level? Nope, no explanation whatsoever thus far. I've been thinking about it, though, and Summer's ex from high school just moved back to town like a week ago. Will might think her disappearance act has something to do with his reappearance, but again, Summer goes off on flights of fancy and sometimes. As bizarre as her behavior seems, it's 100% normal for her. NTA, Summer's boyfriend made her shitty communication skills your problem, It sure as heck isn't your problem. Agreed. Agreed with the commenters. NTA. Hard NTA on that one. Let me let my dog in. This one just sounds weird. AITA for telling my husband's best friend we will not be changing our baby's name. What on earth would he have to do with the baby's name? Let's see. I, 21 female, recently found out I was pregnant with my second son. I am about 10 weeks along, found out with genetic testing. We already know the name we are going to use because I've loved the name since I was 14. Our first son has the name that my husband, 25 male, has always loved. Anyways, my husband's best friend, 25 female, is around 20 weeks pregnant, also with her second boy. She announced the name she was going to use, and we weren't shocked because it's pretty popular, but we kind of chuckled and said, I guess our kids are going to have the same name. My husband and I do not have an issue with our kids having the same name, but she just about lost her mind that we were using the same name. She told us we were copying her. My husband was still in love with her, and that's why he wanted to use it. They dated briefly for like 2 months before he even knew me, broke up because she found out she was 6 months pregnant with her ex. Wow, messy. I told her I have loved that name since I was 14 and I will not be changing it just because she announced her child's name first. I also told her that I didn't appreciate the accusations and it wasn't a big deal that we both liked the same name. She has berated us, telling us that we need to change our son's name ever since we told her. We told her we are set on it and will not be changing it, and if she continued to harass us, we would cut contact with her. She continued, and we cut contact. I feel bad because my husband doesn't have many friends, and she was one he would talk to the most, but we did give her fair warning. AITA? No. No. That's she being too serious. Like, it's just names. I don't know. I don't see why it has to mean anything. If she's that concerned with having the same name, then she can change hers. I don't see why it matters. And I just, on a side note, think the whole situation's just a little messy. Talking about like, oh, now I don't think it's necessarily weird to be friends with your ex. My ex of a very long time is my best friend still, and that goes well for us. But here, like, when you're using that against the person, it's like she says like, where she says it's like, oh, the reason that where did she say that? I'm trying to find it. Oh, okay, here goes. She told us we were copying her. My husband was still in love with her, and that's why he wanted to use it. See, that's where you've crossed a line. That's crazy, and that makes the poster's actions justified. It makes them NTA, because to like still be thinking about that even, but to bring it up as like a form of weaponry, icks. Let me scroll down. Let me read this comment here, the top one. It's been upvoted a lot. First, I just want to say, woman to woman, I am in my mid-30s. You being okay with him being close to another woman, no matter the past relationship, is amazing. It shows your emotional maturity and confidence. I wish I was more like this in my early 20s, but I had to mature and learn lessons in life. Honestly, deeply agreed. Nowadays, I'm fine with something like that. As I said, I do it myself. I would be fine with it for my partner. But yeah, back in the day, I don't think I would be fine with that at all, because I just like was not secure in myself, and therefore I wasn't really secure in my relationships, and I would never have allowed something like that. NTA at all. The friend of yours sounds like she has some maturing to do. Honestly, so agreed. Honestly, so agreed. Most of the comments are NTAs as well. NTA people like her seem really self-obsessed. Exactly. It's like it's her name. Like, honestly, is the name even that unique? Like, are you even the only one to have that name? Why does it matter that this person also has that name? I don't know. And even if you literally are the one who invented it, like, be honored that somebody else likes it enough to want to use it. Like, flattery is, what is it? Like, copying is flattery, whatever. I don't know the sayings. But pretty much everybody agrees, like, NTA, that girl seems like she's, like they said, got some maturing to do, but she was definitely out of line. To bring up the relationship and like use that as a to just use that in arguments. AITA for refusing to pay for things I don't want or need. My girlfriend and I live together, and most of the furniture we have, we either paid 50-50 or one of us paid it from, brought it from where we previously lived. We have all of the essentials now, so anything else is more for decoration. My girlfriend has decided she wants to buy a new chest of drawers despite nothing being wrong with the current one we have. She wants new curtains, a new sofa, a new bedside cabinet. She was looking online and priced everything up and told me what it would cost. I told her I didn't see the need to replace the furniture we currently have since it's all still pretty new and there's no problem with it. I like the sofa we have, and I don't actually even want a new one. She just said that the ones she's found online looks nicer and she wants them. I told her if she wants to buy them, she'll have to buy them herself since I'm not buying something I don't want or need. She said that wasn't fair since we both lived here, so we should both be paying for them. I told her she can't decide what she wants to buy and just expect me to be paying towards it. She just repeated that I was being unfair for refusing to pay for things I shared at the home. AITA for refusing to pay for the things that I don't want or need. No, I'm a pretty firm NTA. Like you said, if there's no need for these things, there's no need. Period. What? Why are you? No, I am very much of the like anti-consumerism. Now I say that, of course, I am like one with the machine of capitalism. Of course, I buy a bunch of crap, but I just like I try to not encourage, and I try to not buy things I don't need, and I don't, want to do just like haul videos for the sake of buying stuff. And so, I'm talking like rampant over consumerism and stuff. And I would consider something like that. Like I buy a lot of things, but I would never just like, oh, like this chair, love it, works great, but that one's just prettier, so I'm gonna buy it. No. That's a little too taken too far for me. There's just no need to be especially furniture and like home dressings and stuff are very expensive. We're talking couches, so we're talking probably, she said there was like a whole list of curtains and chest of drawers and a couch or something. I think there was too. It's like that's expensive. You're talking hundreds, thousands of dollars, maybe. I don't know, but like you're talking a lot of money with that. I would say NTA. You're not even stopping her from doing it either. If she wants to go, you're saying like by all means, but I'm not gonna pay for that. Here's the thing though, you might want to consider that this could be a future issue. It's like, do you guys plan on like doing any sort of like traditional marriage and kind of like combining of life finances, or like I know a lot of people still like keep separate finances, but you still I feel like even if you have separate bank accounts and stuff, you still like make big financial decisions together. And I know it's like, I think it's just a girlfriend, right? Yeah, the girlfriend right now. So it's like, I know it's just the girlfriend right now, and so I think it would work out very well in this case. I think she should accept that just pay for it yourself if you want to do it. But red flags. Let me see what the comments say. I'm always curious if the consensus is the same as me or not. And yeah, everybody's pretty much NTA, the same as me. NTA, but seriously, have a serious talk about finances. And if she's not willing to budge, rethink this whole relationship. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I think that pretty much sums up what I just said. Is there no room for compromise here, says this commenter. Like, you'll agree to go half on one or two items that most need replacing, and if she wants to change it, no, because like you said, like none of that stuff needs replacing at all. Like there's no really like that is the compromise, is we do not need any of this. Like we not at all need any of this. So if you just want it, you're gonna have to buy that. But like I said, really consider if you guys is like financial thinking and spending and outlooks and whatever is not really tracking with each other's, that could be a big problem. Everybody says NTA. Welcome to the rest of your life. One of you thinks you need better, newer, shinier things, and the other doesn't. Back and forth till you die. I honestly think my husband broke his TV, so we had to spend $800 on a new, bigger, better one. He thinks I'm nuts for wanting to upgrade our den seating. set budgets, take turns, negotiate. It never, ever ends. Well, that's some perspective from a long married person. Hmm. I have this argument with my hubby of 20 years sometimes. My answer is quality of life. The sofa may not need replacement, but if it's not as comfortable or she may not like it anymore, she may want to get a new one. It's fair to make small changes if you can afford it once in a while. The issue does flip to the other side. For example, my husband always is trying to negotiate for a bigger TV or a better model car or whatever. You don't have to say yes, but you can listen to her rationale and think it through. NTA and a couple's household necessities are 50-50. One Once are on the person who wants it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. The long married people on here are kind of saying the opposite of me. I'm saying like, get out, red flag, but they're saying like that's just how marriage is. Interesting, but where all the whole consensus is still like NTA. Let's see. Let's do another one. Let me find one that is interesting. AITA for saying, I won't help with my future niece and nephew. Let's read, but I'm pretty sure my opinion is already said at NTA. But let's see. I, 23 female, live at home with my parents, both in their 50s, and my brother, 19 male, and his girlfriend, 19. I said 19 male, but I'm assuming female. I work as a night nurse for newborns, getting babies on a feeding sleep schedule while also working with new moms to help them with the process of being there for them. Oh, firm NTA. My brother just told the family his girlfriend is 3 months pregnant and they are keeping it. My brother and I are not close. Him and his girlfriend do not speak to me. I tried being nice at first, but it was just so awkward, always initiating conversations that they clearly didn't want to have. So I just stopped trying to talk to them, and obviously they, don't speak to me. When talking about the changes in the house the baby will bring, my parents started talking about how I can help my brother and his girlfriend with their new baby. I told them no. Neither one of them even spoke to me. I could be glued to the house and not be acknowledged. Why would I help them? My parents told me they could really use my experience and how when the baby gets closer to being born, they'll realize they need me and start talking to me. I told them I don't want them to start speaking to me just because they need me, and respectfully, I won't be giving them free services. I get paid $35 an hour to do what I do. My parents are calling me an a-hole and saying I should try and work something out with my brother because he's so overwhelmed with the fact he's about to be a parent and his girlfriend is super vulnerable right now, and I should just be the bigger person. AITA. I'm going with my original NTA. My opinion of it didn't change. I'm in the camp that like family, you get a little extra room and grace, but you don't just get to run rampant just because you're family. Like if you literally don't speak to me, like we don't know each other, I literally don't even know, like, you know what I mean? It's like if we have no relationship at all, especially if I tried to have a relationship and you were the one who really just like showed no interest, had like wouldn't really speak to me and all that, it's just like I just don't think that's fair when just because someone has something in the family that the other family members are expected to be given it. You know what I mean? It's like I don't think that's right. Like she said, she works hard. She makes money for that. Like that's her job. And especially because that's her job, you would think that when she, comes home to her family, you wouldn't want to put her in the stressful position of being back at work. So it's just kind of like overall pretty like a selfish way to look at things. Especially given that everyone just expected that no one even is asking, they're just expecting you. They kind of just like told you that you're gonna help them. NTA. Commenters say, NTA, if you want to set some boundaries, I'd look at moving out before the baby arrives and let the doting grandparents take over. Boundaries? You need physical boundaries. OP says, I'm in the process of that. Just haven't figured out if I'm moving states yet, and a couple other issues I have to settle before moving out. But this will probably speed up my decision making processes. Yeah, NTA, your parents are hoping that the role they're pushing you to take doesn't fall upon them. Yeah, and also that it's like everybody in the back of their mind just kind of knows that these two 19-year-old kids aren't ready for babies. And that's kind of made clear to me by them saying like, "Oh, they need you." It's like if they need the reliance of anybody else, then they're not ready for kids. And I'm not saying that like it's good, you know, you need support system to have kids and stuff. But that's not really what I mean. I think you kind of get what I mean of like if you're relying on this one person and their skill, you're not ready to have a kid. Like you got to be able to adapt. You got to be able to make it work and stuff. I don't know. And today, your parents aren't trying to get you to help their brother and his girlfriend. They're trying to lock you into helping them. Yeah, exactly. It's like you're not even nobody's asking. The comments kind of agree with me that like nobody even asked. You're just demanding and in like in this entitled way expecting. And I don't think that's right at all. AITA for telling my best friend her crush is gay. Oh goodness. I mean, if you know that for sure and you're not just like, you know, messing around, then no. But my best friend, we'll call her Amanda, has a crush on our mutual friend we'll call Alex. Amanda and myself have been friends for about 7 years, while we've only known Alex for a few months. Amanda consistently flirts with and hangs out with Alex, and it's quite obvious that she likes him. For this reason, Alex tends to prefer and hang out with me, because he's just another friend to me, which makes Amanda jealous that he hangs out with me all the time and not her, even though I have repeatedly told her that I'm in no way interested in him. He disclosed to me that he was gay, but told me that he didn't want to tell Amanda because he could tell that she likes him. Amanda proceeded to ask him out the following week. After he told me this, they went on a date, after which Alex finally told Amanda he was gay. What? I told her I'd known for a while and that she didn't turn him gay, but he didn't want her to know. She is now furious with me for making her feel like an idiot and letting her go on a date with him and won't talk to me. AITA for not telling her he was gay. Edit. Holy cow, this got way more answers than I thought it would. Thank you for your input. As for why Alex actually took her on the date is beyond me. But guessing he either wasn't sure or was in denial of his gayness and wanted to use it as a test, or he was too embarrassed, you know, when asked why he said no. Yeah, that was my girl. I guess that was a lot of the comments too, because that's my first question is why would he take her on a date? Give her that little, it's like, that's a roller coaster ride, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, I'm not sure if he likes me. Oh, he wants to go on a date with me. He likes me. Oh, he's, what? Gay? Doesn't like me at all? Like, why would you just be more upfront with her? But here's the thing is I kind of understand that maybe that's like a sensitive topic to him. I don't really understand like coming out or telling people that like in the same way, especially that a lot of people like, I don't really understand like the whole coming out thing is my point. And so I don't understand maybe for me to say like, oh, just tell her isn't right. You know, maybe he has other reasons why he doesn't want to just tell her. That's more complex than what I'm kind of understanding. But just like from my limited perspective, I guess it seems like you should have just told her, or like if you don't want to tell her you're gay, just at least tell her in a straight up way. It's like, just, I'm not interested for my own personal reasons that I don't feel like disclosing to you. You know what I mean? Like, you can still be honest and clear with people without saying things you don't want to say, or, you know what I mean? Or just leave literally no reason at all. It's just, I'm just not interested in you, period. That's the reason. It's because I'm not interested is the reason, right? I think she got upset because here's it's like Amanda tells me how bad and stupid she feels, how she felt like a test subject and turned him gay. Like, that's the thing. You're kind of putting your anger on the wrong girl. Like, that kind of sucks for your friend to know. I feel like it's one of those like everybody's in the gray kind of thing. Maybe he had his like more personal deep reasons for not saying something. And maybe the friend, like, probably should have said something to the friend, but also, like, is a friend to this person and has maybe whatever, like, understands more the personal reason why he doesn't want to share that with her and isn't quite sure what to do either. And it's kind of not fair that it's being put on this, the original poster. It's not fair that all of this is getting put onto the poster, because it's just like between those two. And this, I think it's a girl, I forget, but it sounds like a girl is like she's getting just like dragged into this. She's further than me. I'm gonna go with NTA, because it does seem like just a really, I'm gonna go with NTA because it seems just more gray than yes or no, you did something wrong. Like, I think it's an NTA. I don't think you're all that wrong. Let me scroll down and see if the peoples agree. Okay, yeah, it's like NTA, it's not your place to share someone else's business, right? NTA, pretty much agree with what everyone else says, but I do think Alex might be TA for leading her on and going on the whole date, right? It's like you saw my reaction when she said she went on the date, like, with him. Why are you taking him on a date? Or, like, and again, maybe I shouldn't be speaking on this at all. Maybe it's more complex. Maybe he really was testing and that's okay for him to do. I don't understand it, but YTA, and I can't believe how many people are telling you you're not. I'm bi, wife is gay. Literally everyone in our lives except 3 or 4 parents has some flavor of gay. And if any of us went on a date with a mutual friend of the others who was someone they weren't inherently not interested in due to the orientation, there would be social hell to pay. Alex sucks even more than you do, by the way. Being closeted is not an excuse to date someone who is a gender you aren't attracted to. The fact that he knew she had a crush on him and that was why he didn't want her to know suggests that he might have thought of using her as a beard and then felt too guilty about it to keep lying to her after the date. Oh, see, I love that. I was hoping to get some kind of perspective from somebody who understood a little bit better than I, right? That's interesting. I guess I disagree with most people. While you are not the a-hole for not outing him, YTA for telling Amanda I'd known for a while and that she didn't turn him gay, but he didn't want her to know. What's the value in that? Everyone sucks here except Amanda. Alex is the a-hole for going on a date with Amanda, right? And you're the a-hole for telling Amanda that you had been hiding Alex's secret and let him lead her on. There was no reason you needed to tell her that. Also, people are saying you basically should have just kept your damn mouth shut and just been like, oh, really? Wow, what shocking information. I don't know about that. But everyone is kind of agreeing with my initial thought that's like, Alex, bro, what you doing? What you doing taking girls on dates when you're like, no, don't tell her I'm gay because I'm gay. I don't know. Let's do another one. AITA for ruining a vintage toy. Probably. Ooh. I, 27 female, bought a $150 vintage She-Ra doll for my mom. She went completely nuts and loved it. I bought a matching one for my daughter, female, 5. She wanted to open it and actually play with it, so I opened it. All she did was brush her hair and have her sit on a throne that came with a different doll, but she loves the thing. It was expensive, but I think she'll always cherish it. My daughter's father, 32 male, saw that it was open and lost his mind. He said I was irresponsible with money and that I ruined something that by the time she was in college could have paid for it. I guess that's true. I just think that she was so excited and her and my mom have bonded over it. I mean, geez, it's a toy. It was made to be played with, and it's not like he paid for it. I did. His child support goes into a separate account to pay for stuff like her activities and daycare. Oh, I thought she meant her father. She means, oh, excuse me, my daughter's father. I think I read that right the first time. I think I just processed it wrong. My daughter's father saw that it was open. Okay. His child support goes into a separate account to pay for stuff like her activities and daycare. AITA for opening the doll. That one's kind of gray. Like, I'm thinking back, I had been given like a bunch of Nintendo and like Mario, like a Nintendo 64 and a bunch of games and a bunch of just like Mario themed things and all this stuff. And as a kid, I opened and played with and destroyed and eventually lost and moved on and got rid of. And then I was watching my friend sell all of that stuff that he had still from childhood, and I was crying, gagging, throwing up. Like, oh my god, he made a lot of money off of all that stuff, and it's all like collectible vintage stuff now. And I'm just like thinking back to all that times that I was like banging my controller as a kid or something. Like, here's the thing is I don't think he's that's kind of an aside. I just kind of wish that I had that stuff, but then again, also I did have like a good childhood with that, so I'm good either way with it, I guess. But as a when it comes to this story, no, you are not the a-hole because that's your money, you purchased it. I understand that he does give you money too, but again, if that's like kind of already set aside separately, that's like predetermined and separated, then there's no issue. I can see his side. Not that there's no issue, but I just don't think you're an a-hole. But I can see his side of it, of just being like, bro, that could have literally put her in college. Like, I don't know. I understand that like she's making a little bit more emotional choice if she wants to like see the happiness of her daughter thrive. And of course, that's great. He is, I think, just being a little bit more logical and like long-term thinking, which is great for him to do, and thinking about something that like could have literally put her to college. You know what I mean? So it's like, and I do feel like honestly his has a little bit more importance. But no, NTA. Top comment is NTA. It's great if you want to collect something, but for kids, toys are for playing. Yeah, it's like, it's good if you want to collect something, but you don't have to collect things. NTA, I had this beautiful Barbie doll that sat on a high shelf I couldn't reach in my room purely for display because my mom said it would be worth money one day, so I couldn't open it and play with it. I was a kid and didn't understand nor care about that crap. I stared at that doll every day and wanted to play with it so badly. It drove me nuts and made me so sad. As a child, none of that stuff matters. Let kids be kids, or don't dangle pretty dolls in front of them and expect them not to play with them. That's interesting to hear, basically from the exact opposite point of view of I got those things and was allowed to play with them, and now as an adult I'm like, I don't know. But again, I'm not like too upset about it. Whereas I think I did get the good end of the stick then, right? Because these people are like, if you want to collect it, fine, but like don't especially like dangle it in front of the kid. You know what I mean? If you're just gonna like purchase and collect things, that would be fine, but don't dangle it in front of the kid. Just keep it for the kid unbeknownst to them. I think but yeah, that's a good like point of view from the other side, to know that that kid just like looked at that thing in longing all the time. And like there were things that like my that was around the house or whatever that I wasn't, that like the kids of the house weren't allowed to use, and I would look at those things in longing, but they weren't important as like, I don't know, like a toy. NTA, your husband is hilariously delusional for thinking a doll will appreciate and value enough to pay for college. But also that, like, and here's the thing, as I understand, like I said earlier, logically, like let me kind of, I'm glad that they just kind of brought that up. Let me elaborate. It's like he's trying to think. Who knows if it's actually thought all that through and all that stuff. But it seems like, I don't know. I can understand him being upset if he thought it was gonna be worth a good amount of money. But yes, college is a little bit exaggerated. I don't think a doll would pay for college. Like, is there dolls out there that are worth enough to pay for college? That's crazy. Yeah, all the comments are pretty much in agreement with me. It's NTA. You paid for it. You can choose whatever you'd like to do with it. And on that note, I think we'll call this to an end. Thank you so much for joining me. If you like that video, don't forget to hit the little thumbs up down below. Subscribe while you're hanging out down there. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.